Hey, everybody, and welcome back to your favorite Aunties podcast. Now, you know we back with another heat episode.
Yeah.
What is it about, friend?
Baby, we're going to let them know how we wrapped up our dating in 2022.
What an experience.
To
We
say the
ended it
least.
strong and wrong. Baby, they was doing the most out here in these dating streets.
Oh, my God.
We tried.
No.
Like, we really tried.
We gave it all that we had. I think I gave it more than what I had, actually.
Listen.
Whatever last little bit I had in me,
We gave it.
I gave it. And I don't know. I don't know what this year is going to look like, but it needs to not look like last year.
No, not at all. Not in regards to dating. Not at all.
Okay, so where should we start?
So I think, we can go to the last half of the year. You know, I was meeting and greeting. I was meeting and greeting, but it wasn't working.
No.
I ended up, meeting some people who weren't ready. They weren't ready for a healthy
Oh, that's the
relationship.
Right. That's right.
And they mad at me.
Because you're not toxic.
A healthy relationship. They like them toxic.
Yeah.
They say they don't, but they do.
Yeah, because when you get something healthy in front of you, it's foreign.
Mm-hmm. And they don't know what to do with it.
And it's crazy because all I did was apologize. and that was a foreign concept. Like, what? What do you mean? Well, obviously I upset you.
If you took it that way.
Yeah, like, so do women not take accountability or something? Like, what? I don't understand. It was such a foreign concept. And I'm like, I'm only wrong once a year anyway. So that was the time. And I was like, let me just go ahead and apologize. And that was just too much.
Yeah. You know what? This year for me, I had to block out the noise. Because a lot of people have a lot of things to say.
A lot.
About dating. And it does not apply.
Because they've been what?
Married. Or they don't want to be like in a relationship or whatever. Like they're kicking it. And so you get both sides of the spectrum and it's like, listen. And so I had to just kind of come to myself like, listen, if it don't apply, let it fly. Because so much has been told to me that I'm like, no, this is not it.
None of this is
not
working.
now. You know, maybe it worked for you. And again, I know people think it's a one size fits all. If you just do X, Y, Z, then this will happen. No. And I am proof that it don't work like that.
No. Maybe we should do ABC.
Because we done tried X, Y, and the Z.
Yeah. Maybe we should try the B. Or actually, we have tried the B.
We on DEF. Yeah. Emphasis on the F.
Baby, never mind. I ain't gonna say that now.
Stop.
No, listen. Okay. So we have to run them down what it was like in the latter part of the year with dating. We have to. So, like you said, you were doing your meet and greet.
I was.
I won't say that I held it steady with a person.
You held it down.
I held it down.
Let's talk about how Auntie did not talk to me for like 3 months. And I was like, it would be nice to see you. It would be great.
The exaggeration is unreal. I'm not saying that I didn't talk to you.
She is that friend.
Yeah.
But when she gets somebody,
you can't say I didn't tell you.
She gone. She out.
I don't need y'all. This is where my time, energy, and effort is going. I didn't check. I told you what was up from the jump. I never left you cold and out in the dry. No.
You did tell me.
Okay. In all seriousness, I think I did kind of hold it steady with somebody for a little minute. And it was cute for what it was.
Months, wasn't it?
Yeah. Ish. 2.
I think it was about 2.
It was about 2.
Yeah.
We gonna go
I don't know, them last couple of weeks of the 2.
Baby. No, it was cool.
Yeah.
And I think you and I kind of had a cute timeline together.
Real cute.
But in that, like you said, once I kind of lock in with somebody.
Once we locked in.
And they'll switch it up.
Yeah.
There was a switch up.
There was. There was.
But even in that, it was still fun for what it was. And then when it was time to be done, it was done. And I don't have any regrets.
Yeah.
It was nice. I actually got to experience fun dating.
Yes.
I did. It was nice. It was cool. Take me out the game, coach.
Yeah, no, but you only experienced it from like fun dating with one person.
Yeah.
I wanted you to like fun date, like plural, like more than one. But listen, once your eyes is set on something, eyes on the prize.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's not to say that I wouldn't have wanted it to be that way too.
Yeah.
But that's just how it happened.
Yeah. And you needed that.
Yeah.
You needed that just to chill. You know what I'm saying? But you be putting 100 on 10. And so you got to know thyself.
Baby, and did.
Mm-hmm.
And it was cool for what it was. But one thing I noticed, I'm not for that going back and forth. Like once we establish what's going on, that's just it. You can't backtrack.
Mm-hmm.
Like
keep your word.
Keep your word.
Yeah.
Keep your word. Keep your heart. You know, just because I'm not for the back and forth. Either it is or it isn't.
Yeah.
And if it isn't, then we just gonna let that be that.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're gonna go back and forth, I don't have that in me.
You're really great at guarding your heart. Amen. Because in the midst of all of that, like you literally weren't shaken. Like even when you like really liked him and you were like, what's going on here? Yeah. I still felt like you navigated that with wisdom.
Yeah.
So like what advice or like tips would you give on making sure when you are fun dating that you're not getting so invested that if it's just not gonna work out that you're not like heartbroken at the end? Because you weren't.
No.
You know, you were like, all right, deuce.
Yeah. Please.
Actually.
I think the biggest thing for me that I did this time around, I believed him. I believe what he said and what he showed.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's good.
I believed what he said and what he showed. In the beginning of us getting to know each other, he was clear like, hey, you're an amazing woman.
Mm-hmm.
But
this ain't that.
You know, the way you're living your life, I don't know if I could do that. So can we just be friends? Okay, cool. I liked hanging out with him. I liked spending the time. So we're going to be cool. We're going to kick it.
Yeah.
You want to take me out and we're cool and we're kicking it?
Yeah.
I'm going to let you take me out and we're cool and we're kicking it because you established that.
Right.
That's what you said. Mm-hmm. And you know me, I'm 10 toes down. Whatever you say, that's what we going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So when he was just like, oh, let's be friends. Let's be cool. I took it as just that. I didn't make up in my mind that I'm going to stick it out until the end. I'm going to wait for him to be ready. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that.
His mind. Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not. Maybe I wouldn't wait enough for him.
That's such a mistake. And I've done it before. You wait around with the optimism, with the potential. I know this what he said, but I can show him something different.
Yeah.
Or I can prove to him
that
I'm the best thing that he could ever ask for. I can prove to him that I'll be a good wife, that I'll be a good woman. Don't try to prove nothing to nobody. No. If he said that it's not serious, he not looking for anything serious, believe him.
Believe him. And that's what I did. And that's why I didn't get emotionally invested. And the funny part was toward the end of the fling.
Not a fling.
I don't know what to call it. Towards the end of us getting to know each other.
Yeah.
He had developed feelings throughout that time.
But
I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that he was a bad guy or that he was this, he was that. He was cool. I enjoyed spending time with him. But again, he said in the beginning he wanted to be friends. I didn't let my mind go off into this fantasy world that this is going to be something more than what it is. Mm. When we spend time together, we spend time together. And when we don't, that's just it.
Yeah.
And if any man that I felt I needed to give attention to at that time would have swooped in, I would have absolutely left that alone and gone, with somewhere else. But for the time being, it was cool.
Yeah.
And I just enjoyed the time spent.
Yeah.
There was no point in me making things up in my head, trying to create this fairy tale.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that.
That's how we hurt ourselves. We just hurt ourselves with that, creating a fairy tale. Don't create the fairy tale, y'all. Don't create the fairy tale.
Especially when someone tells you what's going on. But again, like I said, towards the end, he had developed feelings and he was upset that I didn't. But I'm like, you told me that you wanted to be friends. And then furthermore, you never communicated until now that you had started developing feelings. Whereas now that you've said something, okay, I can maybe let my heart be open to that.
Right.
But I haven't considered you to be my man.
Yeah.
I haven't considered you to be somebody that I would actually date because that's where you said it wasn't going.
Right.
So I'm not going to develop feelings for you this time of us spending time together. And that's not what it is.
True.
That's not fair to me.
No, it's not. And you know what? As women, we say a lot of things about men and what they do.
Yeah.
But 9 times out of 10, he told you at some point.
Yeah.
You just didn't believe him.
Right.
He told you.
Yeah.
You just thought you could change him. You thought you could change his mind. You thought you could prove something. But he told you from the jump, or at some point it came out. They can't hold it in.
Right.
They're very straightforward and direct. They'll say it at some point. It's just up to you, up to us as women to like take note. Okay, that's what he said. Let me go on that. Let me believe that, because it's true.
And even like, let's say he wouldn't have said, let's be friends in the beginning, and he said that he wanted to actively pursue me or whatever the case may be. He would have had to show me again before I begin to develop. I need to figure out if I like you. And then from there, I'm going to grow my romantic feelings for you, but I'm not going to allow you to dictate it by what you got going on. No, once I see that you have the characteristics as somebody that I would want to be my man, that's when I'll go there, and not a moment before.
But you know what makes it difficult though? Like, I know that we think all of this outside of the situation, but then once you get in the situation, especially if you've been in a place of like deprivation, of like, I just haven't talked to anybody, I haven't seen anybody, I haven't been on a date. As soon as you get that, all of what we're talking about goes out the window. And it's like, no, I actually like this. I have somebody to talk to. I have somebody that wants to take me out. I have somebody to tell me I'm beautiful. And so you kind of, again, have to guard your heart and think about those things. Like, no, I need to make sure that I'm walking in wisdom. Because it's easy. I did it this year, regretfully, was just like, man, I really like him. And then all of a sudden, like, I'm changing my routines. I'm making sacrifices that he's not making. And I'm like, at the end of it all, it was just like, why did I do that? Why did I do that? We weren't at that level. He wasn't giving that type of commitment. He wasn't giving that type of effort on his end. And then at the end of it all, it was just like, it wasn't even like taken into account. Because he was looking for one thing. I was showing that like in another way. And so it didn't even register that I was doing all those things.
Did not.
Just went straight over the head. And so it was just like frustrating at the end. Like, man, got me again.
Got to be more careful.
Got to be more careful. Yeah, that was my big
But
thing.
you know what? Honestly, that wasn't your fault, though. It really wasn't. Just knowing some of the things that went down in that whole situation. He set you up for that.
Did.
And that wasn't okay.
No. You got to be mindful. I'm big on people having integrity with their words.
Oh, yes.
And I want to be with somebody who's careful with my heart. And in that situation, that person was not careful with my heart.
Not at all.
You are letting words fly out of your mouth way too soon. And with, you know, just way too much, like, just being lackadaisical about what you're saying to me. And thank God I'm wrapped tight. Okay? Because some of us aren't.
Baby.
And when you're feeding those type of words and all those feelings to a woman, you know that's how we get caught up. We get caught up with words. And so you really got to be aware and really be wrapped up real tight. And not let anybody convince you of anything otherwise. Even if they're saying it, if they're not showing that to you, that ain't it. That ain't it.
And it can be extremely frustrating. And I do understand why people commit crimes of passion. Because don't play with me.
What was that thin line between love and hate?
She told him from jump, don't play with
Getting
my heart.
older is realizing
she wasn't
wrong.
She was not wrong. She told him repeatedly in the very beginning.
We're going to catch some backlash for that.
Don't play with my heart. And what did he do? He played with her. I ain't saying she was right. But I'm saying I understand. Because if I tell you time after time, hey, I'm in a sensitive place, don't play with my heart. And you're continuously pursuing me, doing all the things purposefully.
And don't want nothing.
And don't want a thing.
Don't want nothing.
Just to be able to say, I gave you the time of day. That'll make somebody, if they ain't wrapped too tight.
Everybody ain't wrapped tight. And
because old boy had hurt my friend's feelings. What was I ready to do? I don't mind catching a flight. I don't mind getting in the car.
I said, friend, he doesn't live here. And so
planes fly, cars drive, boats float. Next,
boats float.
What they do?
We gotta do what we gotta do. We gotta do what we gotta do. Yeah, that was funny, and I'm glad that we were able to see each other through that time. Because that was a couple months, man. And we went through the ups and the downs. So hey, what's going on? Hey, this is kind of nice. Hey, this might be something. And then
no, it ain't nothing.
Prayed the prayer.
Prayed the prayer.
I said, Lord, show me what I need to see.
And did he not?
Here you go. Here you go. He came through for us.
I would be petty. I ain't gonna do it.
No, don't do it.
Okay.
So after that whole situation, what was it around Thanksgiving where we were just losing hope. And I watched a podcast where a young lady had met her billionaire fiance on a dating app. Mm-hmm. And I said, friend, what you want to do? Your friend said, why not? So we sat up here. Did we do it together? Yeah, we sat up on a Friday on the couch.
No, was it one of our cry sessions?
With our phones and created profiles, helped each other.
No. Hey, you say this.
And I'm going to say this.
And use that picture. No, use this one.
Created these profiles on this dating app. Like, you know what? Let's give it a week.
And that we did.
And I gave it a week. You gave it.
Why you be putting me out on Front Street all the time?
You gave it 5 days.
5 business days.
5 days. That was
the weekend, I was fed up.
You sent me that text like, friend, it's gone.
I deleted it.
I said, well, add it back.
I said, I'm not trying that one. I'm going to just do another one. Because I refuse to let that one win.
No, because at first it was like the algorithm was trying to play us.
No, it was really trying to play us in real time. And I was not having it.
No, it was like, no, this can't be. This cannot be. This ain't it. So we tricked the algorithm and we started swiping whatever way we were swiping. And then finally, it started coming up better.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I can deal with this. I can deal with this. And then we did the paid. We said, you know what? We spend money on a lot of things. We can spend a few dollars.
just a couple dollars.
To get the paid version. So that'll let you see like who already liked you.
Yeah.
And we went from there. Did you, like, what happened for you from there?
So I did get to know a few people. It was cute.
It was. How many numbers did you get or were given to you?
Let me see how I can say this politically correct. We were already on a certain type of app that already set women up to do everything.
Yes.
Which
yeah.
enough for me.
Yeah.
Anyway, so so I think it was like 2, 3.
Yeah.
2, 3. 2, 3?
I don't know. That's why I was asking you. I couldn't remember.
I feel like it was 2 or 3. But
it was at least 2. It might have been 3 though.
Let's just say 3. Father, Son, Holy Ghost.
And we talking about just a matter of days, remember?
Yeah.
This is not like, oh, you got 3 in a month. Like, no, this is in a couple of days.
Yeah, this is just in a couple days of the ones that I actually wanted to entertain. So let's just say that.
Oh, yeah. This is not matches. This is numbers exchanged.
Yeah.
Plenty of matches. Don't get it wrong.
So I was chopping it up with a couple of them. And I'm like, okay, all right, this is cool. But then I'm like, okay, you did something I don't like. Nia knows I'm good for that. I'm like, I don't like the way he was breathing.
He took too long to respond.
And it just...
friend, maybe he's at work.
No. I mean... What are you doing besides waiting for me to say something to you?
It was just like, I be fighting, y'all. Y'all don't understand. I be fighting.
I just feel... No, I'm not going to share that ideal. I'm not gonna share that. But like I said, I got to know a couple of them. And then from there, phone conversations started happening. A few dates were set up. And then by the time the date was supposed to come around, absolutely not.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. And there was one guy I was actually feeling. I was like, okay, this could be promising. It wasn't promising.
It wasn't. Yeah, for me, I had a lot of matches. I only ended up like confirming the match with like 5 people.
Yeah.
Then we started conversation, like 3 of us started conversation, but only one ended up being like, hey, like, what's your number?
Yeah.
The rest of them were just steady in the app. And I'm like, you don't want my number? You don't want to actually talk? This is a lot of texting. It's a lot.
Yeah. And Auntie not finna do that.
At all. I'm tired of it. So we did talk, but ultimately, like, he wasn't marriage minded.
Yeah.
So I kind of knew, like, this probably not going anywhere. But he was cool or whatever. So he did want to go out. So we did go out. Mm-hmm. Are we gonna tell them about all of the details?
Yes. No, because it's so fun.
So we were supposed to go out. And it was somewhere close to where my friend was in vicinity. And you got to be safe.
You do.
You got to be safe.
You have to be safe. This was for safety / content purposes.
So what did my friend do?
I showed up when I got off work.
Pulled up. She pulled up.
And did. And I was incognito.
No, it wasn't like here's my friend. Like,
no.
She was just around.
Yeah.
And so
lurking, watching.
I didn't really like text and be like, girl. I mean, I think I sent like 2 texts because I was trying to be engaged in the date. I wasn't trying to, be rude or anything. And he didn't know none of this was happening.
Not at all. None the wiser.
So, I mean, it was a cool date or whatever. But what had happened was we get up. Great conversation, right? Fine. Having a good time. We get up and he's like, can I hold your hand?
This man was in love with her.
And I was like, as he should be. But
period.
I was like, yeah, you can hold my hand. But then I went to go for the handhold.
Yeah. No.
He went in for the interlock. I said, oh, we go together now.
No, like he literally proposed.
Interlock?
Yeah.
We go together.
Madly in love with you.
So that was the thing. And I was like, oh, he liked me for real. Like he liked me for real. We go out to the car and goes for the hug. And I'm like, okay, cool, hug.
Normal date ending hug.
It's been cool. I've had a good time.
And then
dun
dun dun,
he go in for the kiss. Which I pulled back. Right?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this like there's a lot for me.
Yeah.
We just met. Met.
And then what did he do after you said it was a lot?
He did it again. So that was like a turn off for me because it's like
complete.
I could get maybe on the first one you just wasn't reading the room, like you cool, but it wasn't like we about to kiss cool.
Yeah.
But the second one was the one for me where I was like, no.
Why would you? I established a boundary then,
and you did it again,
and this was a small thing, so. I don't know what it registered as for you.
Yeah.
But for me, when I was like getting the 411 after.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a small boundary that you set. And he completely disregarded that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And first of all, where was the honor for you in the first place? So like you weren't giving.
I wasn't giving. Like we just had a good time.
Yeah.
It wasn't like we were just like all over each other. Or for me, there wasn't like tension or nothing like that. It was just cool. Like we're having a good time. So I was like, maybe on the first one, he just wasn't reading the room.
Yeah.
But that second one?
Yeah.
No, man. No. So, I mean, it wasn't so much for me to like never talk to him again. Like we did chit chat a little bit. I just knew it wasn't going nowhere.
Yeah.
And then by that time, it's time to get off the app.
Yeah.
Delete.
Yeah.
Delete my profile. Delete my account. Forget this ever happened.
Throw away the phone.
Forget it. Just forget it. And I was just so done. I feel like by December, I was just like, I have nothing. And then all the experiences of people just being so wildly inappropriate. And I'm not giving that I'm that kind of girl.
Yeah.
Or that's my sense of humor.
Yeah.
Or that's okay with me. And so for not one person, but multiple people to send inappropriate messages or make inappropriate jokes was just like, is this what we doing now?
Yeah.
This what we doing in 2022? Yeah. I don't like it.
But you know what gets me is, and we've said this before, the men of the world or the not as godly men will have more reverence for women like us than what men of God have. Mm-hmm. And it's so annoying and disheartening because it's like, all that has its time, baby. When we married, listen, we can have a couple conversations. Let me tell it. But now it's not.
They don't even establish a rapport with you. Like they just out the gate start saying stuff, and it's like, how do you know that I'm okay with that? How do you know?
Because they're trying to try you.
Yeah.
And when you tell them, oh, you're doing too. No, I'm setting a boundary, and you're weird.
Yeah. And they always hit me with, I was just joking. I was just playing with you. No, I feel like if I would have responded differently, you would have responded differently. So no, you did that on purpose. Yeah. It's a bait and hook.
Don't
we ain't falling
like
for it. Mm-mm.
I don't like it. Don't play me like that.
At all. So yeah, man, dating, we tried.
We did the things. We tried. So we're good on the apps. We do understand that there are some success stories. Great, fine, dandy, amazing. Happy for you. That's keeping hope alive for you. I don't know. I feel like we'll meet them out or still probably at some church function, knowing us.
We'll see, man. We'll see. I'm positive.
Yes.
I'm hopeful.
I'm so hopeful.
I'm optimistic.
I'm so optimistic.
But you know what? It's crazy. Like even just trying to hold on to that positivity.
Yeah.
Because when you go through a series of like unfortunate incidents, you'll just be like, man, I ain't feeling this at all.
Yeah.
You know, and it'll make you start generalizing. And you feel that way about every single man or every single date, and it's like, no, you got to fight for your hope, man.
Yeah.
You got to fight to hold on to hope that there's good men out there, that you'll, find the one when the time is right. I know it's difficult, but you got to keep hoping. Keep hope alive.
Baby. In the midst of, it's like one thing, you already remind yourself that you're like single or on the search or whatever you want to say.
Girl.
And then when other people come remind you,
they ain't gonna let you forget.
I'm like, bro, I'm doing good today. Please leave me alone.
It's like, it'll be like Christmas passed. Well, how did you feel being single on Christmas? I'm not understanding why you feel like you need to ask me that.
Now see, ShaMarian, don't say that. Never mind. Lord. Y'all don't understand. TT be ready to tell people stuff.
No, because people really say insensitive things.
Very
when do you think you're going to bring somebody around? Or when, man, navigating the holidays, being single, like, it's not an easy thing to do.
No, it's not.
And so for, like, single ladies, even single men that made it through the holidays, like,
shout out to you.
Congratulations, because people are so insensitive and triggering. Well, you're getting older now, so.
Have you been thinking about having kids? Because you might need to.
Yeah.
Let's not discuss that.
Yeah, man.
I don't think you're the person to ask me that.
You got to be careful and be sensitive to people's situations.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times we don't want to be in that situation.
Yeah.
And for us who like are waiting on God.
Yeah.
What is it that you want me to do, Betty?
Yeah.
What is it?
When you ain't got nobody to give to me. I'm like, okay.
Do you know somebody?
Do you know
somebody?
Because what gets me is, you're too this to be single. You're too that to be single.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, fine, cool. Do you know somebody? Why don't you have people around you that
isn't that frustrating? I know amazing people, like really, really genuinely amazing people.
Yeah.
And when I work up the courage to be like, oh, well, I am single. Do you know anybody? No.
No.
Or they'll be like, not for you.
No, that's what we always get.
Yeah,
I know somebody, but not for
you.
Not for
He's not good enough for you.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That lets you know people understand the standard because you haven't even spoken.
Nope.
You haven't said what you desire or what you want, but they see how you carry yourself and they're like, my friends ain't gonna do it.
But it's like, why won't your friends do it? I need y'all to get a better circle.
Hello.
And help us out.
Please.
It takes a village.
You know what? I really think that we can go on because I do want to touch on some topics.
I do too.
But we got to let it wrap here.
We got to wrap.
We don't. It's
gonna go forever.
Listen, because there's so much to say. But this has been really, really good, and I know our follow-up discussion will not disappoint at all because we definitely have some stuff we need to tell y'all.
Hope you enjoyed the tea we did spill because that was some tea.
Well, this has been another episode of your favorite Aunties podcast. Bye.
See you soon.